Welcome back to Taiwan Outlook. Our guest today is President Colley Hwang of DIGITIMES. President Hwang, we've been talking about Taiwan's electronic industry and how to upgrade it every day. But apparently, we're hoping to create more added value in our products. But branding is very important. Do you think our company so far have succeeded in really creating international brands?
Yes, I think we have to do that. And as I mentioned, some of the companies doing well, and we need to help them. And not only help them by specific projects, but help them with the environment. As I mentioned, Taiwan, you know, for example, Taipei City, we have 2.6 million population. Do you know how many percent they have the PC in their home? As I know, about 90%. And about 85% with a broadband. And so we could be the highest in the world.
That's right.
And also in Taipei, 39% of our citizens, they have a college background. It could be the best, one of the best in the world. Then we need application environment. Like we always have to emphasize Taipei as a cyber city, because most of the public like locations, like metro system,
coffee shops as well.
Yeah, we have a wireless environment. So there's an environment we have today. So now government, as I know, government try to establish a new mechanism, new platform for WiMAX. Do you know WiMAX?
Yeah.
There's a new applications for 3.5G or 4G solutions. If Taiwan leads worldwide, then we can do mass production after our application. If we have an application experience, then we know how to market, how to sell the products to the worldwide. And we even know how to transfer the know-how to Vietnam, to Turkey, to India, or to other newly industrialized countries.
So we use Taiwan or the city of Taipei as an experimental place and try to make a success and try to sell it to other countries.
Because we are smaller, but we have very good education system. And we have well-educated people. As I say, my father, he even know what is DRAM, what is flash. So we have a very good mode in Taiwan's society. So there is an advantage and strength of Taiwan we have today. But government have to establish this kind of vision, and then say we have the environment for industry. We don't need a big one, because China is very big. But how to negotiate, how to design a standard for whole country, there's a big challenge.
That's right.
Significant challenge. But in Taiwan, it's easy. Taiwan is a smaller, very small island. So easy for us to deal, to negotiate. If government paid enough attention, enough patience on these kind of things, then we can have a very good experimental environment.
But when it comes to concrete policies, what do you think are the most important and most urgent needed policies that we are hoping to get right now?
I think most of the high-tech people, they always watching efficiency. Yes, efficient. Taiwan is the country always focus on efficiency, cost effectiveness. But now we have to move to innovative environment, and then we need government help. But government cannot say, yes, government actually spend a lot of money to help industry, but always taking the 20 years before way, same way. For example, every year, government grants like maybe something like $900 million for science and technology project. But most of the money go to E3 or III. They are doing good, but they can do better. Or today, industry is very big. Some projects, we don't need government support. As I say, we have 300 billion in revenue happen here. So we don't need government teach us how to collect data. No, we are better than government. So we know how to run in this kind of business and even create a new model for worldwide market. That is possible for us. As I mentioned, we have 400 subscribers from Turkey, another 400 from Israel. You have to believe. And we have 900 from Samsung. So there's a global business. Government you don't need to teach us. We're running the business longer than 22 years.
But so let the market function itself, and the government can provide some sort of public goods to the industry. But what kind of public goods you are hoping to get?
As I say, environment and a good education system. Or, on the other way, we need more engineers. And for example, do you believe Ireland is partner of Taiwan?
In terms of what?
Yes, in terms of what?
Yeah.
Ireland are very successful. 20 years ago, they are very poor, but now they have 40,000 US dollars per capita.
Yeah.
Now they are very successful. But Ireland just only 4 million population. So they don't have enough engineers for us. They don't have the big market for us. And they have a very, yes, we can learn from them because they have transparently income tax system. Then we know how to pay the tax, but very low, lower than America. That's why they all, Microsoft or other medical companies, they go Ireland just for tax holiday or some of the incentives. But the countries we have to watch on. What are the targets? As I say, South Africa, Brazil, India, Vietnam, Turkey, Korea, or Russia. There are targets. Then Taiwanese government have to think about how to co-work with those companies, those countries, and they need our help. As I mentioned, every year, in Russia, I believe at least there are 50 million pieces of mobile phone market every year. They need to know how to assemble that, and we have the technology. As I mentioned, not only assembly itself, we need financial support, we need a component system, we need a lot of things to have to work together. Otherwise, mobile phone don't have the competitiveness. So we have the knowledge, we have know-how. So the countries like Russia, Vietnam, and Brazil, South Africa, they have to come to Taiwan to please Taiwan, to help us. And Taiwan, yes, there's opportunity sharing. And we can work together.
But as far as I know, our government also led all kinds of trade delegations, exhibitions and so on in those countries. Do you think what are the things that we can do more in terms of helping our industries to go and get access to other countries' market?
I think government have to believe and trust local partners. Actually, I'm not a guy always say Taiwan has the best. But even we hire multinational consulting company, they come to Taiwan. If they really can understand Taiwan demands, because our model is different from other countries. But until today, it doesn't matter green team or blue team. They always believe multinational consulting companies are the best. But now, as I say, we have 300 billion revenue, industry revenue here. And then behind that, we have many information. We have many different platforms work together. So we know each other. And we know how to help government. Government have to believe and trust private sector. We can do a lot of things for government. Not only government do for us. So they need our services, I know that. So even DIGITIMES, as I mentioned, looks like we are media companies, but you didn't know that. We're doing mobile phone industry policy for government now. We formulate a strategy for them.
So you do have some sort of new partnership between the government and the private sectors?
Yes.
But in terms of branding, that's kind of specific points. In terms of branding, what should be the best or what is the most important policy that our government should introduce in terms of branding our local companies to become international ones?
Yes. Today, before year 2007, most of the resources of Taiwan, doesn't matter is government or private sector, we focus on manufacturing. So government say we need there is a project called 两兆双星. That means we need 1 trillion new Taiwan dollars project. And the panel industry, LCD panel, I say, and the semiconductor, reach the goal. But is the goal we really need it? No. I think we need a value add behind that. So we have to find out a solution. Like we have to find out good companies, how to help them. And as I mentioned, we have to focus on 11 or 15 major new industrial countries. They can help us, and we leverage them. And we have to deal with them. Not only for Taiwan win, we also for counterpart.
You've been talking about the so-called innovation values, and so on. And on that, I think the research and development and branding is very important. Do you think our local companies or international companies in Taiwan are doing good jobs in terms of investing in the R&Ds?
Yes. I would like to say Taiwan good at commercialized R&D for many years. But now we upgrade to more upstream technologies. And sometimes we replace world-class players in their position, like a power management IC. Now we have many companies like Richtek and like Morningstar. They're doing very well. They are world-class. And I mentioned we have one company called Silicon Motion. They listed in NASDAQ, and they are the #1 USB controller IC in the world. They contribute 25% of the oil market. They are very successful. But their brands still keep in the industry brands. Now we have to upgrade to end-user brands. But we need government to train us. Maybe we need a program. Government don't need to pay too much money or resources on research projects, because the company like TSMC now, their revenue even bigger than $10 billion. They don't need to give them grant anymore.
That's right.
And in Taiwan, as I know, we have thousands of companies here. If we grant to specific company, it's unfair to others.
That's right.
There's not good things for. So we need infrastructure. For many years, government officials, they have experience say, we will try to establish or improve the infrastructure for them, not to subsidize specific company. So we're doing good. That's why most of the resources go through E3 or III. But now we have to improve the infrastructure, as I mentioned. That's right. Most important thing.
Apparently, human capital, the so-called human resources, are the key to the success of InnoValue.
Yes.
And there are complaints about the lower quality of Taiwan's higher education and so on.
Yes.
And you keep saying that we need more engineers in order to make ourselves more competitive. What's your take on the current quality of our college students now?
So in the society, I believe just on a specific percentage, good for IC design or design job of Taiwan high-tech industry really needs. So we have to go to other countries to find a way. For example, in Hsinchu Science Park, last year, the revenue could be about $60 billion. But do you know how many employees in the science park?
Foreign employees or?
No, total employee. In Science Park today, Hsinchu Science Park only, could be about 110,000. So, which means everyone, they contribute about $500,000 revenue every year, right?
Yeah.
But it's almost impossible for, we hire the people from local, small, and high school. They can work for TSMC or others. So we have to go to India, go to maybe Scotland, or go to Malaysia if they can speak English. We prefer that. And they can come to Taiwan to learn how to design the job. And years later, if they want to go back to their country, go ahead.
That's right.
It's possible for cooperate with Taiwan again or longer. And if they want to stay here, they will contribute to Taiwan. And everyone, as I say, if we introduce one foreign engineer come to Taiwan, that means we have $500,000 revenue could be happened. So, and if they come to Taiwan, they will spend their money. Some of their money, absolutely, they will send their money back to their family or country, it doesn't matter. But they will spend money, they will drink coffee, then with local people, they can serve them with a better coffee or other services or Chinese restaurants.
That's right.
So there is a solution to solve the problem of unemployment rate of Taiwan, even. So we have to think about that way. So we have to establish a education or training program with the countries like India, Pakistan, or other countries.
But we still have some labor shortage in terms of high-tech industry, right, in Taiwan?
If we don't do mass production like before, that is not a real problem. But we need to change the concept. As I say, don't rely on mass production for longer development. We need a new concept, new visions for the day when we want to reach the goal, like $30,000 per year for capital. So there's a target, and then we need to change.
Apparently, it seems things seem to be very optimistic right now, but I think, definitely have to face some challenges in the future.
Yes.
So what would be the major challenges that Taiwan has to face in this electronics industry?
Industry is, as I say, if we count, the industry started from 1984. Then today, we have 23 years long industry, but industry is getting mature. So we have to teach people, don't just make money. We have to solve the problems for society, and we need a good integrity to teach people cannot do underground, like a transaction or something like that. Then we can keep the competitiveness of Taiwan. I personally, if we can keep very good value-add concept, very good value concept, then I believe in the coming 5 to 10 years, Taiwan computer industry, mobile phone industry, IC design industry, or manufacturing, even IC manufacturing industry, we will still very competitive in the industry.
What would be the next electronic industry?
It's quite complicated, but we started from computer, then to communication. Now we move to consumer electronics.
That's right.
And for example, if you produce a TV set in Taiwan, if you want to ship the products to Thailand, you need to pay 20% of the import duty in Thailand. But if you produce the TV set in Penang Island, Malaysia, you just need to pay 5%.
That's right.
This because Asian countries.
Yeah.
So we have to separate out to maybe 6 to 7 different locations to produce the products to serve the South African market, South American, Latin American markets, like Eastern Europe market or American market. There's a difference. So we serve by different locations. Then we have to spread out.
So in other words, you have to become a real multinational corporation.
Yes, and engineers or service people from Taiwan, they have to speak English. They have to speak. They need a better global vision to think about global and international cooperation. Otherwise, they cannot serve in this kind of purpose.
That's right. You have to be globalized to be competitive.
Absolutely.
And Mr. Wang, thank you very much for coming to our program.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Colley Hwang of the DIGITIMES. And thank you for watching Taiwan Outlook, and see you next week.